Something good going on in this Pat's neighborhood.
Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us as we kick off season 2 of Miss Pat's Neighborhood. This season, we are going to enlighten, empower, and entertain you by highlighting some local organizations, some Black-owned businesses, and showcasing talent of our very own visual and performing artists. Here with me today to kick off episode 1 is Nikki Johnson. She's the Director of Early Childhood Services for Family and Children's Places. Our hidden gem is Dawn Urrutia, the owner of Georgia's Sweet Potato Pie Company. And our entertainment today will come from my dear friend, Neicey Ford, author, poet, and spoken word artist. So hey, let's get it started.
A recent article in Newsweek cited that Black colleges produce 70% of all Black dentists and doctors, 50% of Black engineers and public school teachers, and while HBCUs only account for 3% of the nation's colleges, they account for about 20% of the degrees awarded to African Americans. Did you know that 40% of the African American members of Congress, 50% of African American lawyers, and 80% of African American judges all graduated from an HBCU? Simmons College of Kentucky is just one of America's historically Black colleges and universities that can help you pursue and realize your dreams. Simmons College of Kentucky, creating the next generation of thinkers.
Welcome back. And while it was not planned, strictly coincidence that both of us are here today adorned in our pearls, I want to take this opportunity to give a shout out to my new Vice President, Ms. Kamala Harris. And I want to welcome my guest today, Ms. Nikki Johnson. How are you today?
Thank you. Fine. I'm good.
Good. So I want you to tell our viewers all about the Early Childhood Program.
So Family and Children's Place received a grant from the Head Start. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Received a grant from Head Start to do early Head Start and center-based services in Jefferson County. We are currently looking to enroll families into our program. We work with families to get their children a foundation for education in this community. We also work with the family in empowering them to take an initiative in self-sufficiency. So we connect them with different community organizations to do those things. We also help them in finding the importance of maintaining good health for the entire family, not just the child in our program. Mental health, physical health, and so we work with them on obtaining physicals, dental exams, all those types of things for their child. We also have a home-based program where we work with families in their home, but currently due to COVID, we are doing that virtually. Okay. So we supply our parents with a Chromebook and we deliver educational services from birth to 3 years old. At 2.5, we start transitioning them into one of our center-based services. We have several centers around Jefferson County. Currently, we have Keystone Educational Center, we have St. Benedict, we have Neighborhood House, and we're currently about to open a position in Auburndale. Okay. So we're looking to just work with our families and just create a strong foundation. Mm-hmm. We really need that. I think families know that now more than ever due to NTI. Yes. So we need for that parent to realize that they're that child's beginning education. They're the first teacher. Yeah. And so just the importance of that.
Okay. So now you said 0 to 3.
Yes.
So parents with newborns can get their children involved?
Absolutely.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Absolutely, yes. So we go into the homes normally and just work with that parent on nurturing that child. You know, even the simplest things of fine motor skills, working with them on those types of things. We create lesson plans with those for those families and do those lessons in the home and show that parent how to work with their own child, recognizing things, talking, the importance of speech and how important that is, and increasing their words. We are currently about to have a program to increase the books in this community. We are living in a book desert. And so we are doing a book drive on the 12th at Jefferson Mall for our families, because, you know, a lot of times we realize that at first it was 50 books in the home, and now they've increased it to 100, and many of our families don't have that. So we do incentive programs to increase their books by giving them books as incentives for our program.
Okay. So, and let me just make sure. So, is it any cost to the parent?
No, there's no cost to the parents. It is an income eligible program, so we do require our families to supply income, but if they're a family that receives TANF, if it's a family that has a foster child, if it's a family who has a child with a developmental delay or some type of delay, those families are automatically eligible for our program, and we look to enroll them.
Okay. So is there an enrollment period? When can parents look to enroll their children?
Parents can enroll any day. We're always looking to increase our enrollment. We have a Family and Children's Place website where you can go on and look for Greater Louisville Head Start and enroll from there. We have an interest form where the parent would fill out just some simple information, and then we would get back in contact with them to complete that. We have an enrollment number where they can call. 893-3900, and they can call that number and give their information, and we'll have somebody get back in contact with them to enroll their child there as well.
Well, that is wonderful. I mean, I didn't know that you all started at birth, and you can help parents with nurturing their children. There's a lot of parenting components that are missing from our community, and so that's good news to hear that you all are actually engaged in that. So I want you to repeat that number again, because I want all the parents out there, if you have children, young children under the age of 3, and you are interested in starting your child off early, giving them a head start,
Absolutely.
then I want you to call this number.
893-3900.
893, that sounds like a commercial. 893-3300. So is there anything else that you would like to tell our guests?
Well, we have the program that's birth to 3, but we also have a program that extends beyond that. So some families are working and need to be out of the home. So we have the program for early Head Start and Head Start in a center. So like I said, those locations that I gave are for families that need to be out of the home. We are right now at a decreased or a limited enrollment for those centers, but we're still enrolling for them just as well. So that goes to 5 years old. That will transition them into Jefferson County Public Schools.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing the information. You know, our job here is to make sure that we put out as much information to inform our viewers as possible, because a lot of times people don't do because they don't know. So you have no excuse now. I want to make sure that everyone knows. We'll put the information on the screen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Well, we'll be right back after this break. Well, welcome back. And I'm speaking directly to all of you with the sweet tooth. I've got Miss Dawn Urrutia here with me, and she's the owner of Georgia's Sweet Potato Pie Company. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to see you. And I love the shirt, Sweet Potato Magic.
Yes.
Yes. So I wanted to get you on. I heard about your bakery on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, wow, I've never heard of it. So I was like, well, let me reach out and see if I can get her to come on, and so I can, get my listeners, my viewers to know all about this pie company you started. So why don't you give us a little bit of the history of Georgia's Sweet Potato Pie Company?
So actually in 2016, I actually wanted to start a nonprofit. So I brought together some of the smartest people that I know in my circle, and we was brainstorming, trying to figure out how do you sustain a nonprofit, because I wanted to be able to help children. Okay. I didn't know in what capacity. I just knew I wanted to be able to give back and help children. We sat around, we talked, we couldn't figure out how to sustain the nonprofit, so I fed them iced tea and sweet potato pie. Once they got finished eating, my niece came to me and said, you know what, I know how we're going to start the nonprofit. We're going to sell sweet potato pies. The next weekend, we sold 11 sweet potato pies. So I knew I had something. So that's pretty much how it started, because I wanted to give back and help children.
Wow, that is amazing. And I see you bought some samples here, but it's more than just sweet potato pie.
Yes, so we have everything from our sweet potato ice cream, and we partner with Louisville Cream to actually help. We collaborated with Louisville Cream to make our sweet potato ice cream. We have sweet potato chocolate chip cookies, which we collaborate with Casito Cookies for our cookies.
Wow.
We have sweet potato cheesecake. We have sweet potato brownies, sweet potato cupcakes with buttercream icing, and then we even collaborate with a company called the Jamersons, and they actually take our sweet potatoes, infuse it into soy, and make candles for us, room wax, and also room sprays. So we have a home collection line, and then we also have our sweet treat line.
Well, all right then. You are doing it. Okay, so I really want you to tell me, I just didn't know all of this was happening. So I want you to tell me now about this initiative you have with the books.
So I actually call it Pies with Purpose. And so we started out with Georgia's. We started buying books because a lot of this started, I guess, about 2 years ago. Let me back up. When I first started in 2016, I was actually just giving money to local grassroots organization that worked with children, because I just felt like if I could give $1,000 to a small agency, that's going to go farther than if I invested into a large agency. So about 2 years ago, just with a lot of the racial injustice was just really heating up and getting big, it was put on my spirit that I needed to reach out and start touching babies. So I felt like if I could get a book in their hand that was about love, diversity, and acceptance, that I might be able to plant a seed in that child's life, so maybe they'll grow up to be an adult with a little more compassion, and that they see it. Because I'm a firm believer, you can't kill, or it's hard to kill and hurt something that you can relate to. And so I felt like if I could start introducing them to books to show them that we're all the same, that we all, that love is the answer to all. I feel that maybe I can make a difference in that child's life. Wow. So that's why we started with the books. And so Georgia's, we purchased the books. We also accept donations, so people can donate books. We also have started collaborating with Carmichael's Books, to where if they go to our wish list on Carmichael's website, Carmichael will give them a 20% discount to buy books through Carmichael and donate to our program. And so the books are free. People can come in to our shop and they bring their children in, and their children can choose any books they like. And then also during the pandemic, we was actually mailing books out.
Wow.
So I'm an early childhood educator by trade. So I first started giving books out to infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. But I noticed during the pandemic that I started having a lot of parents asking for chapter books for their middle schoolers. So we have now added middle school books to our library. Okay. So we have books from infants all the way up to middle school.
Oh, well, this is all wonderful. Now, Tim, where are you located?
We're located at 1559 Borgetown Road. So we're like a block south from Eastern Parkway.
Wow. And I just didn't know. See, sometimes you just got to go out and find out what's going on. But I promise you, there's always something good going on in the neighborhood. Well, I thank you so much for coming and sharing your story with us. Is there any other thing that you would like to tell everyone? We're going to encourage all of our viewers to support Georgia Sweet Potato Pie Company, but is there anything else that you'd like to share?
Well, what I tell people, we're not a pie company. We are a company that love people, and we demonstrate that love by giving books out to children that promote love and diversity. So I just encourage the community to bring your children in and to come and let them choose their own book, because this book might save their life or it might change their life. So, and thank you for having us.
Well, thank you so much. I'm definitely going to make this a field trip for my grandboys.
Okay.
We're going to come to the bakery and we're going to let them pick out a book. They're only 3 and 4, but they'll pick out a book.
Awesome. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. It was a delight having you here, and I can't wait to taste it.
Can I say one more thing?
You sure can.
So really quick, I forgot to say this. So if anyone donate a book, you will receive a $5 gift card to use to come back and use at our bakery.
Okay.
So for any book donation, we will give you a $5 gift certificate to come back to use.
Okay. Well, you all heard it here first. I want you all to get those books and let's take them over to Georgia's Sweet Potato Pie Company on Bardstown Road. 1559 Bardstown Road, and you can receive a sweet treat of $5 off your next order. Yeah. So I encourage you all, let's make her think twice about coming on here saying it.
Thank you.
Okay, before you go,
we
do this little game on the segment, and it's called One Word, First Thought.
Okay.
I'm going to say a word, and you just give me your first thought. You don't have to think about it or prepare anything. It's just going to be real fun, okay?
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Reserve.
Fun.
Idle.
Rest.
Rap.
No. Country music. I'm thinking
obsolete.
Obsolete. Importance.
Agreeable.
Argumentative.
Governmental.
Freedom.
Plumbing.
Sink.
Pepsi.
Coke.
Email.
Telephone.
Heavy-handed.
Light-handed.
Belly.
Stomach.
Okay. Good. Thank you for being a good sport.
You are welcome. Thank you.
All right, everyone. We'll be right back with Miss Neicey Ford.
Hello, my name is George Demery, and I'm your host for Your Money Matters. We promote financial literacy. We help you to find business and education opportunities. We champion strategic thinking of how you spend your money. We want to help you to become more credit worthy. Look for ways of getting that credit number over 700. And finally, we want to help you to break away from financial slavery, debt. Join us each week right here or on demand at ssclivetv.com. SSC Live TV. Truth, justice, power. TV done our way.
Louisville is an amazingly talented city, but oftentimes there aren't enough exposure opportunities for our artists. So we wanted to take the opportunity to highlight and showcase some of the best talent that Louisville has to offer. Please welcome my friend, Miss Neicey Ford.
My king, so many times I watch you and I just admire your strength. I inquire of myself at moments how you cope with that and this. I see the concern in your eyes as you watch the events of today, and I wish with everything in my soul that I could ease your mind and take it all away. See, your position is complicated. You were at a disadvantage from birth. There were people plotting for your demise because they already knew your worth. feared and persecuted because of a societally created impression that you weren't equal to other races or even that you were less than. But allow me a moment just to build you up, my king. See, that's the biggest misconception. There is nothing inferior about your being. You were born into kingship, designed to rule for the sake of our protection. Your family, your friends, even some you've never met, and you are a pillar of strength, and we need you to stay alive. And I'll be the first one to tell you this. I need you to survive. I know you're mad at the injustices. I know you're angry at the abuse. I know you want to lash out at those who pretend like they don't see the truth. I know the laws are just to those who don't necessarily look like you do. And I know some of the freedoms afforded to others aren't some of the ones that are afforded to you. And I know that you've had enough when I see the tears fall from your eyes. And you don't have to be ashamed or embarrassed, love, because it's all right for men to cry. See, tears don't make you weak. Tears are a sign of strength. And it just lets me know that you're emotionally uneasy about what's happening and that you're trying to process it. See, society may try to minimize your role as a black man, but to me, you are a king. And just in case there is any question of exactly what that means, K, knowing, knowledge and power have been given to you to conquer the most difficult feat. Ideally designed, you are absolutely perfect. You are whole, you are flawless, you are complete. N, nemesis, you are unstoppable, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper, no matter how bad things may seem. G, great. You are great because greater is he who is in you than he who is in this world. You have royalty flowing through your bloodstream. So grand rising to you, my beloved. I hope today your soul is at peace, and I love you now and forevermore. Most respectfully, your Black Queen.
Yes. Thank you so much. All right. There you have it. So be on the lookout for author, poet, and spoken word artist, Miss Neicey Ford. Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week where there'll be some more good going on in Miss Pat's neighborhood. Bye.
There is always something good